Hey everyone, it's FET263. So I just have a couple of announcements I wanted to share with everybody. I know there's been radio silence for the past couple of weeks. OS 6 is in review, so I know that's first and foremost. So I've done a lot of development on OS 6 actually over the past 7 months, both the R&D, putting the code together, checking everything with Frederick. But now that the code's actually submitted, Frederick's actually reviewing it line by line. And in some cases, some of the ways that I did things aren't the most efficient. I knew that going in. I'm not really a programmer. I'm kind of self-taught. I do ask a lot of questions. I do have some books. But Frederick, obviously being the genius he is, he has ways to do things that are much more efficient, just improved over what I've done. So a lot of times I'll put together something, I'll get the code working to a point, I'll consider that a proof of concept. But then once it's submitted to him and he's able to see all the code together, he's able to come up with ways to kind of improve upon it, maybe make it more efficient, use up less space. So that's what we're in the process of doing right now. And we don't have a specific timeline just because as he's able to review it, I'm making the changes he suggests, and I have to test everything and then resubmit it to him. So it's kind of been a couple of weeks already. It's probably a little bit longer, but we are making great progress. The code's already a little bit smaller than when I first submitted. Everything is working great. So I just wanted to let everybody know it's still on its way. It's just, this was a really large OS. So from my side, the first idea that I had that ended up getting into OS 6 started probably late November, early December of last year. And now we're going on the 7-month mark of just all the new stuff that I've been building, all the new ideas I've poured in. And this is still only just scratching the surface. The number of new effects, styles, and just capabilities that are going to come in OS 6 means that there's going to be months more of work after OS 6 is released in terms of updating the library, in terms of actually getting into everything that's now going to be possible. And I always say it that we've only scratched the surface. The videos that I put together on OS 6 are only scratching the surface of what's actually there. And it's more because I've spent so much time developing that I haven't played deeper with a lot of the new features that I've actually been thinking of. So as I get that time after OS 6 releases, there's going to be a lot on the way. So because of that, I do have a Patreon account I started. So maintaining and updating the library is a large undertaking. The time, obviously 7+ months of development, of R&D, of updating code. A lot more of my time is getting invested into this, so I decided that it was a good time to start just putting out a Patreon account and see who's able to help me out. So I will, the Patreon account, there's a bunch of information available on the actual page. Go check it out. Even if you don't feel like signing up as a patron, I will continue to support my style library through OS 6. But there's going to be some tiers in Patreon where you'll get some early access, you'll get some extra information. There's going to be a higher level tier for those advanced users who want to learn even more. But for anyone who has a Profi board, the style library will continue to be available. You don't have to be a Patreon member to use the style library. But there will be benefits, obviously, to kind of entice those of you who want to join. So I appreciate it. I've had a great time in the hobby, but it's starting to become a point where it's becoming a little bit more than a hobby just because of what I've been able to put into it. And looking back just for the Patreon page, the stuff that I've been kind of, ideas that started up here and then are now in Sabers, has been a lot of fun, but I'm looking around and I'm just thinking back on everything that's been developed, and I think it's a good time for me to put together this Patreon account. So I look forward to those of you who are able to help me out. If you're not, please enjoy your Profi board. Please enjoy the style library. But lots more to come. Definitely check out the Patreon page. Thanks so much. Enjoy.